Longevity, understanding, and integrity. Me and you, we on the road. Progressive, self-discovery. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do it with my people like mine. What you gonna do when you need it? What you gonna do? A reboot.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm sleepy.
I got one sleepy. How are you, Lena? You leapy too?
I could take a nap. I really could.
Listen, I think I'm in the number 2 because I feel a little sleepy myself. I'm gonna tell you what, it's another day, and I want to welcome you to today's edition of reBOOT. Yes, it's another day, and I'm so glad to be here with my 2 beautiful millennials. I tell you what, they just brighten up your whole entire day, and I love you guys. I'm thinking I'm looking at the slow gathering. I messed around, I think, and said that this morning was my last stream until next week. So I don't know if they didn't think we were coming in today. I said I would be here on Sunday for the sermon. So anyway, we're gonna give folks time to gather, and you might see. We got some folk coming in. Good. Anyway, I'm gonna let you ladies take it away, but I think that I may have given an impression this morning that we weren't coming in this afternoon. But let's roll. Y'all here. Let's do this.
Well, while we're here, I'm gonna send out a call to action. But Lena, I think you're back. It's time to tell the people how the trip was.
Oh, well,
you got you some Puerto Rican dick, girl.
Listen, I showed.
You know what?
First day I got there, we went to this restaurant. I wish I would have sent my picture so we could show them, but went to this restaurant, had a little waiter name was Kevon. I was like, oh.
Kevon.
He was bringing my stuff out like this. I'm like, oh, he might be the one. But, you know, I've been considering what is it? Is it celibacy?
Celibacy?
Yeah, I've been considering it.
Yeah.
For 2022.
I heard that.
That's not the right attitude to have, but yeah, I didn't get any Puerto Rican D, but I was looking for something. Is that what you asked me, right?
Yes, I did. I needed to know. You are single out here. I need to know all the excursions.
There was some very beautiful men in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was everything that I wanted it to be, thought it was going to be. It was beautiful. I had such a good time. We hit the beaches. We ate really good. Me and my sister, we ate so good. They have that. They eat mofongo down there. So it's basically like smashed plantains, and they put.
Oh yeah, fire fried. They fry them.
It wasn't fried, but we did have the fried plantains, like some little sweet ones. They were good too.
Mm-hmm.
Mash it. It looks like mashed potatoes, but it's plantain.
Oh, I've never had them that way.
Meat on top or some type of shrimp with sauce or something. It was so good. I had that like 3 times. So good. So good.
Kevon was serving you the plantain.
Can I get another shot? Can I get because they had dollar shots. He was like, yes. And I was like,
that's not bad. Dollar shots?
I said, yeah, dollar shots with the Puerto Rican. They drink some type of Puerto Rican rum down there. It's everywhere. But I was like, what's your name? My name is Kevon. I was like, oh.
I heard that, Kevon.
But yeah, we hit the beaches. I walked around a little bit, just trying to observe because we stayed in Old San Juan. It's been my dream to stay in Old San Juan for so long, and it was just as beautiful as it was more beautiful than the pictures. Like,
so help me out. Puerto Rico is similar to Jamaica, where it's like a group of islands, right? Or is it just one island?
I believe Puerto Rico is one island. It might have a little bitty island close by, but I believe it's just mostly one island.
Is Jamaica just one island? I might be confused. Is it that? Okay, wait. Is it the Caribbean that's the group of islands, and like Jamaica, Puerto Rico, such and such and such and such are all the islands that make up the Caribbean?
Yeah. So
it's
a lot of different islands down there. Actually, you could take ferries to different ones. We didn't do that because they are a little bit long. Like, I was trying to take a ferry to some island, but it was like 2 hours. So I ended up not doing it. But yeah, they're all, it's a lot of them in a little cluster right there, but it's a part of
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
It sounds fun. Did you do any like zip lining, skydiving?
I'm very much into zip lining and skydiving, but unfortunately, there is a weight limit on those excursions. So
what?
I'm able to do it. Yeah. I went to
that's stupid.
I wanted to go do skydiving on my 21st birthday, but the weight limit is like 250, and I'm way all the way over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. One day I'm gonna do it, but they did have it. We did a tour of Old San Juan, cause I wanted to definitely get into the history a little bit,
I
and
love that.
it's so beautiful because they have all the houses. There are no gaps in between the houses, and they're all different colors, and everything's uphill, downhill. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These calf muscles got so much exercise. I was like, whew. It was nice though, and we learned a little bit about the history, and I mean the views are just breathtaking. I was asking people, do y'all ever get tired of the ocean? Like every time I see it, it would just take my breath away. But they would just be like, it's beautiful as the ocean, but I imagine living there every day. It would just be crazy.
I agree with him. I agree with him. People, when we lived in Hawaii, people were always saying like, "Oh, you'll get island fever. You'll get sick of being here. There's only so many beaches you can go to." Never once did I get sick of the beach. Never once. Not once. I loved the beach. I loved it so much. We ended up moving from the original house that we lived in to a house that was like 5 minutes from the beach because I'm
Oh,
like, I need to be able to go every day.
every day. It was beautiful. And
And the food on the beach, ooh, those shrimp trucks had my heart. They had me in a chokehold. Do you hear me?
oh, see. Not,
Listen.
we did get to eat some street food, but the highlight of my trip was I've always been obsessed with Puerto Rico for some reason. I always wanted to go. And I had just like learning stuff about the island and the culture, whatever. I came upon this specific dance that they do there. It's called bomba. And
Is that where
I
they
had
be winding? They be like, they be winding them hips.
um nah, they do wind a little bit in it, but it's more so like it's
Is it
more so
slow?
like it's like basically like it's like a mix between Spanish and African culture. So you have you
Okay.
people, you have like two or three singers, and then you have like two or three or four people playing on the drums or I think they're called bongos or
Mm-hmm.
which one they are, but basically, you have a group of people, you have the people, the musicians, and then they start singing and they play the drums, and then one person comes out of the audience, they come up into this space where you dance, and one of the drummers and the dancer kind of like play back and forth on each other, and whatever the dancer does, that's what the drummer does on the drum. So it's like they watch each other and they just interact with each other. It's dope.
I love that.
Yeah, it was really
I
dope.
love that.
I really wanted to experience that. And I thought I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
because all my Uber drivers, where can I find a bomba class? Where can I find a bomba class? And the guy was like, oh, bomba. He was like, well, you might be able to find one if you go to the all black city. There's this town, because it's kind of like from rebellion. It's kind of from like back when people were taking over, and you had the enslaved Africans come to do slavery, and it's kind of like rebellious dance kind of. So
Mm-hmm. Which, how does that even make, like, I got to get into it. I got to learn more about the culture because how is a dance even made to be villainous or like malicious?
oh, that's an interesting question. I think it was just like out of their culture. So it was a point where a lot of people would, run away from these plantations or whatever, and they would, they all congregate into this city. They would run away to these specific cities that are now predominantly black, or they don't like they call themselves Afro. I can't think Afro Puerto Rican or something like that. And so I think just
Afro Rican?
Afro Rican. I think it's
Isn't Puerto Rican just Latina? So they just be like Afro Latina, right?
they might say Afro Latina, but I know they
Okay.
don't consider themselves black, or they don't say black. Oh, I'm black. So I had to be conscious of that because I kept saying
You.
black people at. Where the black people at?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Afro.
I just recently learned, actually from Tyrone with on Yes You O Cubed,
Mhm.
that the word black is very stigmatized. Like I prefer black. I prefer black over African American, obviously colored. and all the other names that we've been given after coming to this country. But we had a really deep discussion over Thanksgiving, actually, about the word Black as opposed to African American. And I didn't know. I didn't know that so many people are like deeply, deeply offended by being called Black.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep.
Yeah, I think it's generational. I prefer to say Black. I prefer to consider myself Black.
Mm-hmm.
An American kind of puts everybody in one bubble, and that's great. But sometimes I feel like it takes away from the experience of us descendants from enslaved Africans. So I think it just depends on what you feel about certain things. But yeah, it's a big deal to certain people. Some people prefer African Americans, some people prefer Black. The Puerto Ricans that have African heritage, they prefer Afro Puerto Rican or Afro Latino. I can't think of it specifically what they were saying, but I know it has Afro in it. So yeah, I have to be cognizant of that because I don't be offensive to anybody, and everybody. It's you should be able to express yourself how you want to express it. So if you want to call yourself this or that, it should be okay, especially with the experience that we had. Some people
Absolutely.
about certain things. Yeah, I had a lady. It was crazy because when I had went to this place dress shopping with a friend, and it was a white lady who was helping us with the dresses, and we said something like, "Oh, I want a color that looks really nice on my skin, being Black." And the lady was like, "Oh, why do you guys call yourself Black? Why do you guys call yourself Black? That's y'all got it so wrong with that. Y'all are not Black. Y'all skin is brown." And like it took everything in me to like not walk out or go off on this lady, or like
So my question is, was she white or was she Puerto Rican white?
she was white. This is not in Puerto Rico. This was like
Oh, this was in America.
America. Yeah.
Oh no, honey, you can't tell me.
Yeah. So it was weird for her to say that, but those conversations I don't care to have with. It's just weird, But that just really it took a lot of me just to be like, who the hell you think you're talking to? But I didn't say that. I just said, "Bless your Lord," and I kept walking. But yeah, so let me get back first. So Bomba, and then we can be done with this. So Bomba,
Yes, of course.
asking everybody, "Oh my God, nobody knew where I could find a Bomba lesson." I was looking online. Nobody knows where I can find a Bomba lesson. Then we went to this restaurant right off the beach. Oh my God, the view was great. The food was good. I had a pina colada, but I don't like coconut, so that didn't really get drank. But I was sitting there and I seen this guy selling these t-shirts. And when I tell you this man, everybody, like it was like, have you ever met one of them people that just know everybody and you could take them anywhere and they gonna know somebody that they know? He was the type of guy. And I mean, people was riding by, people with they went like, "Hey," and he'd be like, "What's going on? What's going on?" But of course they speak in Spanish. But he came over to me and my sister and was like, "I was having a good time." I'm like, "Yeah, we're having a good time." He was like, "The food is good." I'm like, "Yeah, the food's really good." And so then he had the word bomba on his shirt. He had all the different dances that they dance in Puerto Rico. And I was like, "Where can I find a bomba lesson?" And he was like, "A bomba lesson?" I was like, "Yes." And he was like, "Oh, my friend, you are in luck today, my friend, because tonight there is an all-woman bomba band playing at this club called I think it was Boricua or something." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, take this information down. They start at 8. You should come. I'm playing down the street in my rumba band. So I hope to see you there." I was so excited. And me and my sister ended up going, and it was so amazing. It was the highlight of my trip. And it was all because bomba usually the men drum. So the fact that it was an all woman band was even like it was like a cherry on top.
Yeah, that's even better. Yeah,
it was great. And then I was afraid to like get up there and dance because certain people, one person to go up, they'll be done, another person go up, and I was afraid, and I was like, I want to go up there, but I'm so scared. And we was with this lady and her boyfriend, and she was like, "You don't what did she say? You're going to regret it. Don't you should go up there." And I was like, "I'll go up there after you go up there." She was like, "I live here. I can't, you get to leave in a week. I'm gonna be here." So I ended up drinking my drink and I ended up going up there and I danced bomba. I danced my actual bomba
That's
band,
dope.
Puerto Rico. Like
That's dope. With an all-woman band, like that's inspirational.
I had so much fun at that club, and I got so drunk. I did get drunk that night, and Marshonda, I feel bad because she had to, take care of me, but I had so much fun, and that was the highlight.
Mm-hmm. That's great. I love that.
I'm trying to go back, really.
I want to see this dance, Lena. And good afternoon to everybody.
Yeah, give us a little taste of bomba.
I want to see it. Girl, get up and work it. Work your jelly, girl. We can handle it.
For the podcast, I can't really get up right now, but let me tell you something.
Okay, I got you.
Whatever.
Give me. I will. I can send you the video of me doing bomba, and maybe we can.
Put it up. Yes. Yes.
So
I'm here for this.
Well, give me a second. Let me do that. Shelly, take over for a little bit, and I'll send it.
I got you.
You're gonna send it to me? If you put it in Discord, and I'll put it up.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. So we're talking, for anyone who joined a little late, we're talking about Lena. She went on her fabulous trip to Puerto Rico for her birthday. And there's this dance that she's always been inspired by, wanted to do. She searched all across the islands, every Uber driver, every waiter, bartender she came across. She asked them. It's called bomba. Bomba is a mix between like an African dance style, lots of drums. I'm assuming lots of downbeats, but not too sure. But lots of drums, and then like a Latin style where there's gonna be a lot of hip. I know there's gonna be a lot of hip if it's Latin dance. So you mix those two together, you get bomba. Lena's searching everywhere for it because she's been inspired by this dance, and she wants to try it. So she stumbles across a guy who's just like, yeah, we're gonna go. I can show you where to go, and gives her the info. And now we're about to see Lena drunk bombaing on her birthday extravaganza.
You said drunk.
Drunk. Emphasis on the drunk.
But I bet you she can still dance though, because honey,
yes, absolutely. I feel like you dance. I feel like everybody gets more rhythm when they're drunk. You ever seen those white girls in the club that they don't quite got it, but then when they get a little liquor and they got it, they be yeah.
Listen. That liquor loosens the joints. That liquor loosens the joints. So yeah, Rebel. Lena can dance. Lena can dance though. That's for sure.
I'm excited to see this.
Oh yeah.
So she stepped away to send the video over to STL so we can check her out.
Absolutely.
When she gets back, after we see that, for everyone who has joined us for reBOOT This, we are. Oh, I'm sorry, not reBOOT This. reBOOT This is the Facebook page if you're not there. So go over to Facebook, click on your lovely little search bar, type reBOOT This, and you'll find us on Facebook. But in reBOOT This, we have a fitness challenge going right now. reBOOT that booty, which Lena also made a track for. I don't know if a lot of people know this on here, but the reBOOT that plays in the beginning, Lena recorded. That is our lovely Lena. She has an amazing voice. I jam to it in the background. STL has to cut my video off because I would be embarrassed. But anyway, she also recorded the ad lib for reBOOT That Booty. We're finishing up, you guys. I know you can't believe it, but it's been 60 days, almost 60 days. So our last day is January 8th for reBOOT That Booty. I don't know about y'all, but your girl has fallen off the wagon.
I've been horrible.
Not completely. I'm still kind of watching what I eat in regard to like how much I'm consuming. I'm being very mindful of like listening to my body and understanding when I'm full. However, I'm eating what I want to eat. Okay, I've had chili, I've had spaghetti, I've had cinnamon rolls, chocolate chip cookies, lots of alcohol. Because I have to play Santa Claus. So I have to have lots and lots of alcohol to be able to hide gifts and then wrap gifts that are hidden and then hide them again so the kids don't find them wrapped. So, yeah.
So for people that just joined, can you share what reBOOT That Booty is?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So reBOOT That Booty is a fitness challenge that we started 2 months ago. November 8th is when we started. And our commitment to ourselves was simply this. We're not going to starve. We're not going to do some ridiculous fad that's going to have us gaining the weight back in a couple of months. The goal for reBOOT That Booty was to understand you, recharge your mentality to make sure that you are doing things that are healthy for you, not only just for the physical self, but also for the mental self. So a big part of it was making sure that you have the correct portions to fuel your body, but also not denying yourself the things that you might really want. If you want a burger, go get a burger. If you want some fries, go get a fries. Just eat them in moderation and eat less of, to be mindful of your goals. Because while mental health is important, physical health is important too. You don't have to be the skinniest, but being fit and healthy can be impactful to your life in the long run. So we started reBOOT That Booty with all of these goals in mind. We want to be able to lose the weight, not go insane losing the weight, and not killing ourselves trying to get on a fad that we're not going to stick to in a month or so. So with that being said, when I say I fall off the wagon, I mean, for a minute there, I was going hard. Vegetables, fruit, no bread, no grains, no extra sugars, boom, boom, boom. And I felt good, and I wasn't stressing myself out behind it. It's what I wanted to do. And it was very fulfilling for me. Now Thanksgiving hit, and my lovely sister-in-law, Carmen, made delicious meals that I probably indulged in, came back the next day for leftovers, the whole 9 yards. And when I came home and I tried to mimic her meals and ended up repeating a lot of the probably pretty unhealthy things, but it also felt good. So I'm in a place where I'm more maintaining the weight and not really losing the weight.
Okay.
So that's okay. I feel like that's okay because at least I'm in a spot where I'm not like crying in a corner because I haven't lost anything. But that's the conversation I want to get into today. For those of you who have joined us on reBOOT That Booty, let's talk about it. Let's talk about where you're at in the challenge. Drop it in the chat. I'm going to be looking at the comments. Lena's back, and I'm ready to see this video.
I did try to send it. Did you get it, AG?
We got it.
You know, I was all caught up. Is it in Discord?
I
got
tried.
it.
I think I sent it in Discord. It said it went. If it does, I think it might be too big to try to send.
No. I listen. I pay for Discord to take large files. So if it's too big, then you really did something. But no. It should have gone through. Where did you put it? Let me.
I put it into the folder. I sent it to you directly.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say this comment. Nancy Jackson said, "I don't have a booty, so what can I reboot?" LOL. First, we want to welcome you to the No Booty Clan. Well, let me rephrase. I want to welcome you to the No Booty Clan. Don't worry about it. The cheeks is the cheeks, as full or as flat as they may be. You still can reboot them, honey, because I'm right there.
While Angine is queuing up the video, Nancy also said, this is hilarious. She said, "Do you remember, Shelly? Do you remember how wasted you and Kristen got at you and Nick's reception? We had a blast. It's Tim and Tyrone on the drinks for me." Child, I've been trying to forget this night for my entire life. Let's talk about it. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm very social anyway. Like, I like people anyway. When I get drunk, I get even more social. I get even more social. Somebody, I think, like, loosely mentioned, like, "Oh, you don't," because I was like, "Oh, the night's over, but we can go to a bar. We can go to the club." Someone loosely mentioned, like, "Oh, you don't want to go to the clubs here. Like, they're ghetto." And I'm like, "No, I'm with the ghetto. Take me to the club with the thugs and the drug dealer." Like,
I was trying to get you there, but it was so, because I just remember Shelly being toe up. Okay,
I was drunk as fuck, y'all. I was drunk.
Yes, and I remember Tyrone just, what? Tyrone was handing Tyrone was just as poised and was handing the drinks to everybody, honey. Everybody was kind of a little tipsy.
I was drunk. I remember my stepmom. I was like laying on the ground at one point, just dancing, just on the ground, just feeling myself, dancing. And my stepmom came over and she was like, "Shelly, This is your husband's family. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Get off the ground and quit fucking acting.
No, but it was sweet because everybody, and maybe I should get more drunk around my family because
listen,
Shelly was just living her free, beautiful life, you know, at the reception. And everybody was just like, oh, you know, just have a good time. Everybody had Shelly's head, you know. She laid down for a minute on one of the things back. I was like, this is so sweet.
That is me. Tyrone is a heavy-handed bartender. So if anyone ever has him making drinks at their establishment, please understand that you will be lit AF.
100%.
And you won't even know it because the drinks didn't taste like they had a lot of liquor in them.
That's his goal too. Just know. That was so cool to see though.
It was fun.
I remember seeing Nick like trying to help you, but like he was like, come on. And he was like, no, I want to dance or something like that.
Oh yeah. This is all Nick is like done going out with me. He's like, Shelly, listen, before we go out, please just 4 drinks, please. We went bar hopping in Nashville. And first of all, Nashville's lit. Didn't know, but anyway, went bar hopping in Nashville. And every bar we go into, I'm like, straight to the bar. Can I get a margarita? And here comes Nick behind me, like, did you already order? Like, yeah, I got me a margarita. I got you a beer. You want a beer? I got you a beer already. By the way, you're paying.
Listen, if we ain't getting lit, what's the point? You know what I mean?
What is the point? So then we're like walking back to the hotel, and I'm like, can we please get a scooter? Like, it's uphill. I'm drunk. I'm like, I'm just gonna lay on my side, babe. Just roll me up the hill. He's like, get the fuck off the ground. What are you doing?
That's so funny.
I'm like, look, I'm feeling it. We're here. You got me here. This is your fault.
I do remember you trying to go to the club. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the club. I'm like, that's the thing. Somebody says one thing, and you know what? It's been a bad thing before, not always, but it has been a bad thing in the past because someone will loosely mention one thing, and I'm like, we're gonna make it happen right now. Let's go. Like somebody would be like, oh, I want to fight her. I'm like, you want to fight her? Let's go fight her right now. Get up.
So when you get inebriated, you get physically violent. I mean, you want to just go fight.
I don't get violent, but I'm very supportive. I'm very supportive of whatever you want to do. So like if you mention you want to fight somebody, I'm like, let's go. Like, where's she at?
That is so funny. I love it.
Wow.
But I do remember that.
Yes. And the thing with going to the club with all the thugs and everybody, I'm like, oh, you want to go? Let's go. I want to find one right now. I can handle this.
Shelly's about that life. She's ready.
Yes. You want to do it? I'm going to do it with you.
Wow.
But, man, it's important to get. I don't see anything wrong with it. I say do that. Get toe up at least once or twice a year. You know what I mean? Just let loose.
Yes.
Okay, so from an older person, now, mind you, I've never, ever in my life been drunk. So let's start right there.
Oh, okay.
And I
what?
Never been drunk. Now, and I seldom drink, but I do drink. I don't have a problem with drinking, you know. So now I will say 99% of my family members that drink are alcoholics. So that's a deterrent for me. And I mean, they get towed down. They get towed down to the ground. I mean, I saw one uncle sober, and that was in his casket. So there you have it.
Oh man, okay.
So, yeah, that's the truth. That's true. He kept a cup, and he kept something in it, and you little kids couldn't drink
and
it.
You knew. His special apple juice.
Listen. So now let's explore that idea of the getting tore up twice a year. So enlighten me on this. What is it? What's the help me?
You gotta let loose, man.
It's about now I can let loose. Folks probably think I'm drunk, but I'm stone sober.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can get drunk on life. I fully believe you can get drunk on life. Like just out here having a good time, no additives.
Additives. And I don't say this with judgment. I'm like Lena. You like listen. You got to do it at least twice a year, and you say it with such enthusiasm and such vigor. I'm like,
because me, I gotta get drunk. I'm with Lena.
I mean, my mama's like STL. My mama will be the craziest person in the club. She'll be the one that's kicking it the hardest and have no liquor in her system. And that's it. I think that's awesome and dope, but I don't think it comes easy for everybody. So it's just nice. It's nice to just be like loose and just being free and not working, like letting something else take control.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't have the control right now, and that's okay. And just be like, just be wild and free. Now
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
drink a lot when I was a little younger, but now I think I did too much because now I just don't like the taste of liquor and alcohol. So the taste will make me, I'll be like, I don't want to. So it's difficult for me to get drunk. But I did get drunk in Puerto Rico, but I like made myself get drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the after feeling because my body doesn't agree with it anymore.
Yeah.
And I do want to give you props on this because I've been with you all, and the friends and family when you're drinking, you are very responsible in saying who's the DD, and there's
Yes.
always a
I'm
DD
big on
available.
that.
Yeah.
I'm big on that. When we're back home, my cousins, they're like, what do you mean? We're not calling an Uber. I'm like, we are calling an Uber. So everybody give me $2. There's 6 of us. Everybody give me $2 and I'm calling an Uber. Where nobody's driving. What do you stop?
Thank God for Uber. Now
I'm super big on that.
So you just leave your vehicles wherever they are and you just Uber it.
Yeah, we
Uber on
do.
home. Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Wichita's really small, I feel like, and we don't all drive. So the next morning when we're all sober, somebody has their car and they can take the rest of us to our cars.
Okay. Okay. That's how y'all
Yeah,
get
yeah.
down. I'm cool with that. I'm
Mhm.
hey.
I can't say that I've always, when I was younger, I definitely was not responsible. Like grace of God that some of them nights I made it home and didn't hurt anybody on the way. But
Mhm.
now that I've gotten older and a little more wise, and maybe probably like 25 up, you don't do that because it's just too much risk. You really could spend
Yeah.
a life. But I have a reason where I'm just like, how the heck did I get home? How did I get home?
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
didn't do that. We want to deter anybody from having any type, especially with Uber now. There's no reason. And now, like if I go out somewhere and I end up drinking too much, then I'll just sit. I'll sit and wait for the liquor to process through my body. I'm not drunk anymore before I do drive because it's just too so many lives have been taken like that, and it's just like that's not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessary.
Yeah,
Now, my
you do have a very
goddaughter done
great point.
jumped in here through Nancy, my goddaughter, who is good friends with Lena as well. She done jumped in talking about y'all stop judging. I'm not. Do you?
We are not judging.
I'm
I
not judging. I'm
don't.
not
We are
judging. I
not.
just asked the question.
I'm high off of life. I don't need no.
Mm-hmm. So they Tall Pumps also asked, do we feel the same about the marijuana as we feel about alcohol? And I said I do. I'm thankful to now live in a state where it's legal, but even before I did live in a state where it was legal, I'm here for the marijuana plant.
Have you? I'm feeling like such a not a good citizen of this society, but I have driven while I was high, and I felt
Yeah.
like the safest ride anybody has ever had in their life when I was driving.
You
Really? I don't know how y'all do it. I don't listen.
So slow, like
Oh yeah, grandma driver.
put my seatbelt on because I felt it, and the seatbelt had heat. I could feel the triangle of heat around my body because I was high. So I was like, okay, the heat has kept. And when I tell you, I was driving and just
The heat
uh,
is keeping me
Oh my God. The seatbelt trapped in the heat in a triangle around her body.
around her body.
And the heat was y'all. Now, I'm just saying now. I'm just saying. Sensations. I think the sensations at a whole nother level there. So,
I mean,
it,
but being high does that to you. I feel like you feel things so deeply. Like you feel things so deeply.
you really do.
Somebody had a thread on Facebook the other day about having sex while high, which I've never done yet. But I'm like, I can only imagine what that feels like. Because I remember one time eating Skittles while I was high, and it literally felt like the Skittles were like exploding flavor through my whole face. Like I could taste the strawberry through my whole face, and I could taste the green apple. Like They were the most delicious. Mind you, I thought I ate the whole bag of Skittles, and then I woke up the next morning and I only ate like 5. These Skittles were just like.
We talked about this. You need to have this experience before 2028. Like
we did talk about. I forgot we talked about this.
So when your eyeballs were tasting strawberry, your eyeballs, you said it wasn't just in your mouth. It wasn't just your tongue. It wasn't your salivary glands. Your whole face tasted Skittles. So when your eyeballs were tasting strawberry and just like, you didn't feel like your judgment was impaired.
My judgment was definitely. That's what I was getting ready to say to Lena. I don't know how you drive. I don't know. I be inebriated. Listen, I can't do nothing.
Okay. The judgment is enhanced.
Is it? I wouldn't even try. I cannot do anything.
What was the original question? I don't necessarily I'm a smoker, so I don't necessarily smoke every twice a year or whatever. But all I'm saying is it's nice to be able to let loose. Some people do it without any additives or whatever. But if you just drink or if you smoke or something, that just allows you to just release everything.
Yes.
It's such a great experience to me.
I got you. So the end game is you want to feel free. Is that what you want to feel free and uninhibited?
Uninhibited. I like if I'm drunk or something, if I'm high and I'm in a club and I'm dancing, I'm not worried about nobody else. I'm not worried about what nobody think. I'm not worried about me. I ain't really even worried if I fall on the ground. I'm just going to enjoy myself and whatever happens.
Vibing.
There's no afterthought.
Straight vibing.
And I guess that could do with, depends on like the state of mind you're in. If you're somebody who kind of is more anxious or more, you just pay attention to that stuff. I'm sure there's a way to be able to just not worry about it. But the drink and smoke and stuff, that's the easier way to get to it.
Gotcha.
The mental work, the exercises and, the ability or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I'm cool.
And I think I'm lucky enough, and Jean makes a good point that I do have family members as well that you can't catch without a drink or without a blunt. And I to that point, I feel like I'm lucky enough to where it doesn't have a grip on me like that. Like, I feel like if I can go a year without liquor and still feel like I got to let loose and let free. Like
a year.
I can go a while without liquor. I just like it because, like you said, it gets me there faster. Like I can let loose faster and I can just be in my zone, vibing, feeling it. So it's very recreational. And for the people who it's not recreational for, I feel like it makes it more of a chore than anything. More of a chore. And that's the part of what I like about it is that it's not something that I have to do. I'm choosing to do this and I'm like feeling good.
I'm going to get you a Nick. That's what I'm going to get y'all for Christmas. I'm going to get y'all some marijuana, a dime sack of something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
What's the name? Can't even indulge.
My favorite dispensary out here is 21 grams, just so you know.
21 grams. Oh, okay.
I know it's super cute because obviously like 21 grams, right? But also the city that it's in is named Graham. Like GR, like a graham cracker. So it's called 21, but then Graham is spelled like the city.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. I was like, this is adorable. I love this place.
That's cute.
Well, look, Angie. Well, I'm sorry, SEO. How do you? What are if you understand what liquor, what weed does to us? What gives you that, or what gives you know what I mean? What let loose like that?
Oh, baby. Okay, so like,
wait a minute. Sorry,
what happened?
I'm so sorry. You cut your hair?
You talking Lena?
And Jean.
Oh, yes. I got up the other day.
In the world, you look good, girl.
I got my clippers out the other day, and I said, zoom, and I was done.
Away with it. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm like, what is different?
Yes, I shaved it off.
Okay.
The next step from here is bald. Somebody told me I'm trying to be Black Panther, and the women. Wakanda forever.
We shall
Wakanda
rise.
forever. Come on. But at the end of the day, I'm good with it.
I like
Thank
it.
you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I like it too. I have to say, I really now listen, I'm gonna tell you what, I had been toying with it in my mind for a while, Shelly Welly. And then when Lena came in with this gorgeous cut and she had cut all of that long, gorgeous hair off her head, and anybody knows Lena and Marshonda have just goo gobs of hair.
Beautiful locks.
When I came in and saw her cut, I was like, "Girl, get the razor, get the razor, get a rope,
It's
get a rope.
time to go.
It's got to go."
I seen it the other day and I was like, oh, AMG, that's cute.
Listen, I said it's time to go all the way. Now, as far as me and what gets me, people that are just really vibing and having a good time, being transparent, talking and laughing. Now, I'm more, I think maybe Shelly Welly hasn't seen me at my absolute craziest. I know Lena has. Pheenix Leeor has. So,
I have not. I need this crazy.
Yeah,
I need this crazy.
Listen, there's a level of crazy in me. That just dies to get loose. And when I'm in the right environment and with the right people, and we can just absolutely be completely uninhibited, and people aren't looking at me like spiritual thought leader, people aren't looking at me like Pastor Regina, people aren't and we're just kicking it and having it a good time. Man, I love to laugh. I get high on laughter. I like to see people laugh, and when people just can't hardly take anymore, that's my high right there. And it just I love it.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's it for me. That's what I get drunk on, that level of just hanging out, and the sillier the better, without any judgment towards everybody else, however silly they want to be, and we're all just ridiculously silly. That's how I get high, and there's no chemical or substance involved with it. That's just me.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can see that for sure.
I same way, but I'm definitely somebody who comes out of a shell. So if you don't know me, if I'm not comfortable, if this is a new environment, or I'm definitely going to be reserved. And then the more comfortable I get, the less reserved I'm going to be. That's why everybody always thinks I'm quiet when they first meet me. And
no, I just don't know you.
There ain't nothing quiet about this being over here. It's always interesting because newer friends will be like, "Oh, I just thought you were so quiet and so saved, and I just thought you was just a Christian." Like I kind of, but that's like a new.
I am a Christian, but I twerks for Jesus.
So I guess that's something. I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, but I think I would like to more so just be able to be whoever I am in whatever environment, even if it's the first time I'm experiencing something. And so maybe that will come with age.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. I think I talk so much that I'm a little off-putting sometimes. Like I recently met like a group of like spouses, like other spouses just that are also here, potential friends. And me and one of the girls like clicked right off the bat. And then another lady kind of came later, and I'm talking to her and I'm just like, "Oh, hi, what's your name? I'm Shelly, yada, yada, yada. What do you do? What do you like to do?" That kind of thing. And every response to me, she's just like, "Oh, nothing. I do nothing. I don't like to do anything. I take care of my baby. I sit at home." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay." And so I leave thinking that like, okay, well, she just doesn't really like to do anything, I guess. Then she adds me on Facebook, and she's got all these pictures of like horseback riding and roller coasters. And I'm like, "Girl, you do a lot. What do you mean you do nothing?" So I think that me just being so like, boom, was just too much for her. It was too much for her, and she wasn't comfortable answering. She probably thought I was being probing, but I'm really just this mouth. It hardly stops.
It sounds like a classic meeting of an extroverted person with an introverted person. It's just like sometimes that energy is hard to deal with on both hands. Because you come out thinking, oh, was it something that I said, or was I too much for it? Really, you weren't. That introvertedness just like,
Yeah, it closed off. And I get that. I totally get that. And so I was like, I'm not judging. Like, maybe there's just something she wasn't comfortable with.
Yeah, nothing wrong with you. Like, you off-putting. It's just that introvertedness. When people are introverted, they don't know how to, they don't know how to deal with it, or they can't take it at the time.
Yeah, they're real in their shells.
Well, now let me say, I am a true introvert. My behavior as an extrovert is strictly a learned behavior, but I am truly an introvert. I really am. So,
do you enjoy being extroverted? Like, do you enjoy that behavior, or do you think it's more of like a mask? Would you prefer to just sit and be quiet?
if I'm having my druthers, what would I rather do? I would rather be someplace by myself and probably a little more withdrawn and quiet, doing something very peaceful. Like when I go to the lake and I can sit at the lake and just watch the water, the waves of the water, the sun sparkle on the water. I mean, I can do that for hours and nobody has to talk to me. Nobody has to, there doesn't have to be any kind of sensory interaction there at all, other than what I'm taking in there with the nature. And if I actually walk into a room and I'm my natural self, I'm going to go and I would sit in the corner and just watch and observe everybody else and not say anything. My learned behavior is that of, as my friends say it, I come in and as they call it when we get to ourselves, girl, you work the room. And it's not fake and phony. I'm not phony with people. I'm very genuine, but I would not be in there going from person to person to person and talking. And more times than not, if I find somebody else in the room that's an introvert and is withdrawn, that's probably the first person I'm gonna go talk to because I identify with that.
Right. Yeah. So I guess to further on to that, do you feel like when you are being out and active, does it take a lot out of you, or is it easy?
It depends. It depends on the situation. It depends on the people, where I'm at and what's going on. I'll say that, and Marlena has traveled with me when I used to travel a lot in ministry. And those scenarios, I really wanted to go someplace and be to myself a lot of times because the people just never stop. It's just like back to my hotel room if they can. And I'm like, come on, guys. I need a break. I need some downtime. So in those kind of scenarios, it's probably like I just want to go someplace and run and hide and be to myself. If I'm with people that really get me and know me, I can be in their presence all the time and it doesn't really get aggravating. And so that would be the difference. Who it is, how well they know me, how they're coming off toward me, because I'm like, some people are just like, you never get to turn it off. If you're that person that just never, ever turns it off, I'm going to take you as long as my senses can handle it. And then I'm going to withdraw.
Yeah. That's what I like to hear about like Beyonce, I think somebody asked her, what do you do in your off time? Or they ask the entertainers, what do y'all do in your off time? And they're always like, I just be at home chilling, watch TV, just doing nothing. I just want to do nothing.
No, I get it in their case. Whether I'm an introvert or an extrovert, being out in the limelight, it's got to be exhausting. Yeah. It has got to be exhausting. When I watch these interviews and I'll see an interview, like the other day I watched Doja Cat. And I saw an interview of her on like Saturday Night Live. And then, it was some daytime show. And then a concert. And I'm like, wait, she's got the same makeup on. Did she do these in the same day? It's like, no, man, this is tiring. So I get going home and being like, look, don't talk to me. Don't breathe on me. Don't look at me. Stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away.
I don't want to out. I don't want to. I just want to sit here and be a vegetable on the couch.
Yeah.
But what Aunt G's saying really makes me want to be more mindful about how I am, because I literally can walk up to anybody and just strike up a conversation. Like in the grocery store, at the airport. I was talking to this lady at the airport while waiting on my rental car, and Nick walks up and he was like, do you know her? And I'm like, we're in Virginia. No, I don't know her. Like, we just started talking. We just started talking. And he was like, why do you keep talking to people? And I'm like, this is just what I do.
Right. I don't.
This is just what I do. So I have to be mindful that maybe not everyone wants to talk.
And to me, it's the length of how long it is. I'm sorry, Lena, go ahead. But how long it is if you speak, I speak to everybody. I'm one of those, and this is the God's honest truth. I can be driving in a strange land and nobody knows me, and I'm gonna wave. Now, am I telling the truth? I'm gonna wave.
Me too.
It's almost like I can't help it. I just wave. But I'm speaking in passing. Now, if you pull the car over and you talk to me for the next 30 minutes, I'm gonna be looking at you and I'm gonna be smiling, but in my mind, I'm gonna be like, if you don't shut up,
do you not have anywhere to be?
Yeah, some people just don't know when to quit. So I love the speaking, I love that, but then it's like, baby, please shut up.
Give me a break. But Michelle Brono said, I hate people who just start conversations. Well, hi.
I think extroverted people, they feel like they have to dim themselves to be like acceptable. Or like, you know, and I don't think that's necessarily how it should go. I think extroverted people should be extroverted as much as they want to be.
I agree.
As much as you want to be. And then when you come across somebody who doesn't want that energy, don't take it to heart. Move on. This one lady, she said, if I'm too much for you, then go find less.
Go find less, because I'm a lot, honey.
I think extrovert people kind of feel like, oh, I can't be my true self or, you know, my full self because I'm too much for people. Yeah. Or I'm trying to think, who was that comedian? Some comedian, some guy, and he was just like superly duperly funny, goofy, joking all the time. But he said that his wife would be like, you know what, I need a break. So please go. Which is... But I don't think that people should dim themselves because then you can't be yourself.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yep, I have a friend, and she and her husband, they also pastor, had a fairly large church in the area where they are. They drove 2 cars. And the reason why they did that is because she's an introvert, he's an extrovert. And she said, I just can't take it. So instead of her being frustrated with him and all the people that just engage him and he just loves it and eats it up, she's like, benediction, amen. And she gets in her car and she drives home. And it works well for them because it is a matter of identifying. I'm not going to ask him to dim himself because I'm an introvert. And I think that's where sometimes we have to be more open to people. Shelly, I'm going to love you speaking to everybody. But then, okay, so like if I walk away and I need less, then when I come back to you the next time, are you automatically dealing with me and giving me side eye and shade because I said I needed less the last time?
No, I try not to do that. What I typically do is if someone needs less, then the next time we interact, I probably will start slower. Like, I'll let you kind of lead because I know that I can be a lot and I don't want to overwhelm you. So I'm not side-eyeing you. I'm engaging in whatever you want to engage in, whatever conversation, but I don't want to. I also have a huge fear of rejection. So, like, I don't want to overwhelm you and you walk away from me again. So I'm just going to let you lead the conversation this time.
No. So, okay, this is a good conversation. Now, y'all done really piqued my interest here. So this is where I would say I'm interested to delve a little more because I would want to see you come at me the next time we meet with the same energy because I know that's who you are. So then when you come at me with less, then my brain is, okay, now you just said, I'm not going to give you side eye. I'm going to start slower. That's probably where I'm interpreting your starting slower as side eye or
side eye. I can see that.
Because I know that's not you. And so we have 2 totally different personalities. You're approaching it because you don't want the rejection. And even my walk away wasn't a rejection. It was just, I'm in sensory overload. I can't take no more right now. Right. So but you as an introvert may read that, I'm an extrovert may read that as rejection. So then the next time we encounter one another, our whole dynamic is false because both of us are trying to adapt and adjust. What I mean, Lena, you understand what I'm saying, Lena?
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Close to a reboot. How do we reboot this? Extrovert and the introvert.
Extrovert and introvert.
I'm right, snap
I
daddy.
don't know. It's so hard because I do see why you would think that I'm like judging or like I am moving different. I was gonna say judging and moving different, but I'm moving different because I want to be mindful and respectful of you and your space. So it's like I'm not gonna keep coming at you, and every time we talk, I send you into some like existential, maybe not existential, but some sensory crisis. So I feel like I really like to kind of care for people in the way that it's like they say, like, love your person in their love language, not yours. So I like to care for people in the way that they are receptive of it. So when I'm dealing with an introvert who I can tell, same with this other spouse, like I'm not writing her off because she gave me random answers to questions. I was like, I really came home and I was like, do you think that I scared? Like, is she overwhelmed? Is she racist? Like, what is it? And then when I learned that, oh, she doesn't share. She doesn't share until she's comfortable. So, the next time I saw her, I was just like, so I saw, your horseback riding. How's that going? Whatever. I just glossed over the fact that she was, not answering me the last time.
Is there a world where an extroverted person can be completely themselves at level 110? Introverted person be level 10, whatever, and there be no like mind is like the background noise, like where you figure out,
oh yeah,
how should I come? Because I've seen all these videos of these extra, like they do these videos of introverted people at parties, and they're like, how I go to parties and I'm introverted, and how they have to take a break and go to the bathroom and try to get themselves together and build back up the energy and then go back out. Is there a world where everybody can be exactly who they are without having to worry about how other people are going?
I think it comes with some level of understanding, and I think the understanding comes from communication and conversation like we're having here, because I'm not having necessarily a sensory overload. I've just had enough. And there's a difference between overload and enough. So you understand what I'm saying? So when I walk away, it's not because I'm having sensory overload. It's because I've had enough of that energy. And I will say this, and this, y'all just really kind of bing, 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 bing. My friends that are closest to me, the thing is they allow me to be whatever I am at that given time while they are who they are, and that can change at any given time. But we understand how to pivot regardless to if this is because there are going to be days when I would probably appear for all practical purposes to be a total extrovert, but I'm really not. But today I'm in an extrovert kind of energy. And so my friends know how to take me in that extroverted energy, and they don't change as far as their interaction with me, but they know how to pivot and how to adjust. Does that make sense?
And that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, I would let you kind of lead so that I know that I'm not, because I don't want to keep doing that to you. Like, I don't want to keep striking up these random conversations and talking your ear off, and every time you go home away from me, you crying yourself to sleep because Shelly don't know how to shut up.
No.
I feel like
my thing is, I'm not, but your coming at me is not going to bother me until I'm just at a point where I've had enough, but not enough of you. I've had enough.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So that it's not a personalized, take it personal. She's had enough of Shelly. I've had enough. And so I'm going to give myself a break, and I'm going to walk away. I'm probably going to walk away from everybody for a minute and just reboot and then come back. But I think for the people that are observing that behavior, they may start thinking, oh man, is she this? Oh man, is she that? Whereas my closest friends, they get it. And that's the beauty of it. I don't have to explain it to them. Oh, Lord Jesus, that's enough to make me shout right there. I don't have to explain it to them. They just get it. And so when I come back, hey, we're right back where we were. And when I step away, I step away. And this is the thing. If I step away and I step away too long, there's going to be that check-in like, hey, did something happen? And if I say yes, and they trust me to be honest, then, we'll deal with that. If I say no, okay, carry on, and they go right back out into the wild blue yonder. I think, Lena, to answer your question, everybody has to let everybody be who they are without having all of that noise. It's the noise that gets us off, that head noise. Oh, something she's had enough of me. No, it's not enough of you. I've had enough. I don't even want to say enough. I'm at my place in my space of limit, and for this time in this season, and I might come right back 10 minutes later and re-engage right back where we left it off. But I don't want okay, but she left and came back. So then when I left and leave and come back as an introvert, my honest question is, am I going to see the same Shelly Welly that's really who she is, or is she going to modify and not be herself because she's thinking and reading, this is what I want from her? Because that's not what I want from you. I want you to be Shelly Welly.
I think that's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are modifying.
Yeah, and I would. Me personally, I feel like I would because of the other things that exist. I have anxiety. I have like fear of being rejected, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship. So it's like I would overthink the hell out of that. If somebody just walked away from me or like stopped responding to me randomly, I would just be like, what in the world is going on? Like, why me? It would feel really personal. So it would be hard to come back and be like my full force self, because I'd be scared that this is going to happen again.
Got you. So I hear what's resonating in you. This is what I hear, and you can correct me if what I think I'm hearing is wrong, because I can have my own filters. So I hear that there's this over. No. Let me take over out, because that's going to put it on the wrong trajectory. The care and concern is about rejection. There's a rejection factor here that is strong. It resonates very strongly with you.
Yes.
Being accepted.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
What do you think? Where are you standing on this, Lena?
Well, me personally, I'm more so I guess I'm a hybrid, because depending on the energy in the situation I'm in, I'm going to fall into that energy. So depending on where people are, I'm going to get in there. So if I'm around extroverted people, I'm probably going to be more introverted, because I don't want to clash with that energy, but it's not going to bother me. And then if I'm a lot more like introverted people or quieter more people, then I'm probably going to be the introverted person.
Yeah.
So me personally, I just kind of fall in. So, and sometimes people take a lot of my energy, or if I'm around people.
Hey.
Thank you for liking the stream. Appreciate it.
I take time to recoup. So in instance, I'm pretty much okay. I have friends that are extroverted, and I mean, I've had these conversations a little bit, and they always say, I'm going to, I don't want to be too much, or they feel like it's going to push people away if it's. And I just think that's kind of sad, because like you should be able to be yourself. And I just be trying to figure out what is. I think what would work is if you're meeting somebody new. Of course, your friends are gonna know, your family or the people that you're around are gonna know kind of how to react with you. But if you're meeting somebody new and it might be like a potential, or you might be having an inkling like, okay, I can forge a friendship or something. Then just disclaimer, like, I'm an introvert. So if sometime during this conversation I need to duck out, then I'm gonna have to do that. Or no, I'm an
One thing you guys have both said that it kind of piques my curiosity. You both say like, oh, just be yourself. But like my personality isn't hitched on my communication style. So if I modify how I'm communicating to be less outward for you, I'm still me. Like I feel like some people can handle it and some people can't. So I'm gonna be this, let it all loose with the people who can be there for me and be there with me, letting it all loose. And I'm gonna not with the people who don't, so that, because I do want to maintain, I don't know, I feel like it's compassionate, maybe. Like I don't want to overwhelm people who don't want to be overwhelmed, but I still want this friendship. So I'm gonna rock with you how you rock with me. I don't know. I feel like it's a more of a matched energy and less of like losing who I am because of the way I communicate. I can communicate in so many different ways. I feel like it's like speaking different languages.
I guess I thought of like my idea of introvertness and extrovertness is it's not a way of communication, but a part of a personality. But when you that is a different like way of looking at it. It's not necessarily, diminishing who I am. It's just the way that I'm expressing things. So that to think about it that way. I think everybody's, I think it's a push and pull. It's a tug of war. So everybody's trying to figure out, the flow between or two beings. So I do think that's okay. So if you don't feel like it's taken away from who you are, then there's not a problem. Yeah. But I'm pulling from the people I've talked to who are super introverted and how they've expressed how they feel. Like that lady who said, if I'm too much for you, then go find less, I'm sure it took a while for her to get to that, or, what
and there are some people like that too. There are some people like, this is how I want to communicate and I'm not changing it. Yeah. Like, I'm not changing it for anybody, but I don't know. I feel like I can. I feel like I want to meet people from all different walks of life and all different mindsets and all different, just cultures and upbringings and all different things like that. So I can't track myself and expect myself to be able to communicate with all these different people and learn them and make friends with them. Like I have to be able to maintain who Shelly is. Like I'm very romantic, I'm very friendly, I'm very personable, but also be able to relate that to different degrees, I guess.
Okay. I like that.
I love it. I love it.
Lady T, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said something like, she said something.
Extroverted introvert. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh no!
I don't know, but that's a bar. I'm an extroverted introvert. I feel like I relate to that.
Yeah. She was saying something like, when you're older, you don't think about.
I saw that in the chat.
I'll go up and find it. I know you guys can't do it. When you get older, you really don't care about what others think. What they think is none of my business. That one, or you want me to go to it?
That's the one. I want to speak on this because that's 100% true. Because older people, they have no filters. About what might make somebody feel. They don't think about it. They say what the hell they want to say, and you go as it is, take it or leave it. It's simple as that. I think that's beautiful. That's great.
Prime example is Lil Boosie.
Lil Boosie, what he say?
That man has been going at Lil Nas X and his sexuality like nothing else. Nothing else. Lil Boosie is heavy. I mean, every chance he gets, he's like, I hate this gay man. Like, Lil Nas, Boosie, calm down.
Is that
What'd
the one?
Say?
Lil Nas is the one that was pregnant, right?
Yes, with his album.
They are not having it with him. They are so upset with him. I don't understand why. The stuff is provocative. When I seen it, I was like, he looks beautiful. That's a pregnant.
That's a beautiful pregnant man. Me too. First of all, I love everything about him. I love everything about him. And I love the fact that it pisses Lil Boosie off so much. Like, Lil Boosie, you have a whole gay daughter. Leave this man alone.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, I'm going to put my little 2 cents in here and y'all can take it for what it is. Listen, but anytime you get people that get so vocal about being against gay people, they got something lurking and twerking down in there they don't want to deal with, in my opinion. And I'm going to leave that right there.
That has been said too. That is what everyone's saying about it.
Yeah. I think it's some truth to it. I definitely do. Because, like, why do you have all... Like, what's the point of it?
Whether it's I'm dabbling over here and I'm mad about it, or it's the flip side of that coin that I feel it in me and I'm mad at me because it's in me and I don't want to acknowledge it. Maybe I haven't acted on it or anything like that. At the end of the day, I'm conflicted, and that conflicted anger comes out. And when people really go in like that, I just be like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't say nothing. I just be like,
Noted.
Yes.
Noted. I got you.
What y'all trying to say about Lil Boosie? Lil Boosie
A
Been
little
in the
booty
jail
might
a
want a
few
little
times,
booty.
hasn't he?
Lil Boosie might want a little booty.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying about little Boosie. Anytime you get that hot under the collar and get that agitated. There's something going on in you.
And I mean, he does. Like, I'll be on Twitter and he'll just be ranting off this Lil Nas X, and I'm like, Boosie, calm down.
Listen, Boosie done looked at that and got a little rise in his Levi's and he's mad.
Listen, Matt.
For you, Lil Boosie, just go ahead and try. I don't know what you're scared. It's a new day, new age.
Because Lil Nas X is a good looking man. You might want that on your shoulder.
Face, just
I
go
mean, on your arm.
be who you are. We gonna love you like we done loved everybody else.
That would be the plot twist.
You feel like we loved
the
everybody
century.
else.
Y'all silly.
That would be the plot twist of the century. If we looked up and Lil Boosie posted up with Lil Nas X on a vacation.
Listen, a vacation. So I that's the kind of stuff. And I didn't mean to get that off of the track of what you were talking about. I'm just saying, let me interject that, because when I see that kind of energy coming at me, it doesn't do anything but raise my antennas and raise my eyebrows.
Wow. We give you permission. Live your life.
Man. Okay, well, real quick before we get into turn that thing around, I want to touch briefly on reBOOT that booty. Lena.
Yes, reBOOT
Where
that.
you at, girl? How's it going?
Let me just explain to y'all.
Explain it, Lucy. Explain it.
See what had happened was?
This not getting real. It's just over here and wilding out. That's all this booty.
Child, if this was a murder investigation, you got the gun.
Listen, evidence. It's smoking, baby. It's smoking.
You got the gun.
You got the evidence right there.
It's just, I've been thinking about it every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it before I eat, before I consume that Taco Bell. But when I get busy, and if I'm emotional, and it feel like this is an emotional time for me, I eat, and it's like my helpmate. So I really have to learn and really like put habits into practice for when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed or emotional, how to deal with that besides eating. Because every time it's like a switch goes off in my mind and I don't even think, I just go get the food because I know it's going to do what it needs to do to make me feel better. So, yeah. I mean, I told myself now I did eat a really great breakfast yesterday, and the day before I ate really well. But it has been a struggle. It really has. Now, when I was in Puerto Rico, I was walking every day. I walked about 2 or 3 miles every single day. So,
oh wow.
Me and my sister, we said we were definitely going to continue the habit after we got off the vacation. We struggling with that because I'll tell you guys, Puerto Rico has a rainforest, only rainforest in the U.S. I think, and they have a tour you can go, a hiking tour. You can go and get to this waterfall, but I didn't want to go because, I'm a little bigger. I'm not in shape like I used to. Like I'm always been this like a bigger person, but I used to be in better shape when I was younger. But now I'm not so much in shape, and I just didn't want to go on the trip. I didn't want to go to the rainforest with a group of people, and where I'm lagging behind and I'm out of breath and I'm struggling to get up the rock to the waterfall. Everybody else, come on, you got it, you can do it. I just didn't want to deal with that. I was my own pace or whatever. So I think that kind of a little emotional in Puerto Rico, and I was just saying, something needs to change. But it's difficult breaking old habits and creating the new habits. So
Mm-hmm.
I've
It
just been,
is.
I've just been giving a little time to realize that, and more so, I'm trying to learn how to break things up in small increments and do baby steps, because I think that's another one of my issues where I want to do so much at one time, get it done, get it over with. Because I can lose 20 pounds in a month. Well, I've been gaining 2 pounds a month for a year. So it's just like, you have to start small, build. So I'm trying to learn how to build small increments so that in a year I can be at a better spot.
Yeah, I feel you. And I feel like having the thought in mind is where it starts. When you start to be mindful of the decisions you're making and then continuing from there.
Yes, yes.
But
But
eventually it'll be mind over matter. And you'll be like, no, I'm not going to get Taco Bell. I'm going to get. You guys have like a salad place? Like in Wichita, they have Doc Greens and they make fire salads like buffalo chicken and cranberry blue cheese and like, ooh, just bomb salads.
see, I have an issue with paying $15 for a salad. That don't even make sense to me.
You got to.
I just was like, why am I about to pay this amount of money for a salad? That doesn't make any sense.
Because it's fuel in a different way. The Alfredo is gonna fill you up, but it's also gonna add like 3 pounds to
This
your
is
scale.
this is true. That's a block of mine, because I just be like, I could go to the grocery
No,
store for $20 and have salad for it. You know what I mean?
yep,
It's,
that was a block of, and you could do that too. You could do that too. But when I'm in a pinch, I'm quick to hit a salad spot or
they
get a
have
lettuce wrap at like Jimmy John's. Ooh.
oh, that sounds good. They have a Panera down here. They have
Mm-hmm.
they have salad stuff. I like salads, not gonna lie, but I never think to spend money on it unless I'm at the grocery store, because
Yes.
you
No,
know,
spend money on it, man. I don't know if they have them here, but also back home they had salad bars in our grocery stores. So you
yeah.
could like go build your own salad and then check out. And it would only check out to like $4, $5 maybe if I added like a bunch of chicken. Because it was by weight. And
Mhm.
they were so fire too.
Yes, they have the salad bars down here, and you can have some good salads, but also when you be putting all that stuff on there, you might as well be eating fast food, because if you're putting like all the bad stuff on there, then you're gonna also have
Hmm. You do. You have to watch what you're putting on there. I like, man, lots of cucumber and lots of tomato is the way to my heart on a salad.
yes.
And a good chicken breast and some buffalo sauce and a little drizzle of blue cheese or ranch.
Come on, that do sound
Like,
good.
it's like a BLT in a salad for real.
Sounds good.
And maybe an egg. Sometimes I like an egg on there.
Yeah. So all in all, I have enjoyed this reboot that booty challenge. I've learned a little bit more about myself, and out coming out of it, my goal is going to be just to start little increments and do baby steps. Because the
Yep.
big, you have to walk, you have to crawl before you walk.
You
So,
do.
and I feel like I've been, I've done so many. I've tried to lose weight so many different times, and I have success, but each time, and so you have to build each time. So even though I know things, I have to get myself back into the. But it's been the holidays.
All right.
Also, we got Christmas coming up in like 6 or 7 days, right?
We
So,
do. We do.
uh,
That's another thing. Like the holidays are where you like give yourself, and Jean was saying this the other day, like you give yourself the grace to indulge a little bit. So if that's where you're at, do it. Do it. We're not driving ourselves crazy to be skinny. That's the whole point of this.
right,
Hmm.
exactly. And
The
then
point is to be healthy, and you have to be mentally resilient to be able to change some bad habits into good habits.
it is worth it.
Hmm.
That's another thing I'll probably start doing, is just every day recording down a new reason, a new why. Why am I doing this?
Oh,
New.
that's good.
I
That's
do.
good.
I like that.
I like
So,
that.
and I think now, I mean, just with how health is going for a lot of different people now, it's curable. Like when you get in older age, a lot of stuff that you can deal with, you can like reverse now. with your habits. So I try to keep that in mind and realize that even though, yeah, this might be a burger now or Alfredo right now, but it could mean a disease later, or an illness.
Mhm.
So keeping that in mind. What about
Yeah.
anybody gonna do the vegan train? Would anybody do the vegan train?
I'm implementing Meatless Mondays, but I don't think I can go vegan because I freaking love cheese. Oh, I love cheese. Cheese is like
Well, they
the
got
love of my life.
the Brazilian nut cheese. Oh my god, it's so good. When you gonna be in Kansas City again?
Is it good?
It's bomb.
I
Shelly.
tried Dia because whenever Sean was first not diagnosed, but I guess we learned that he had a dairy restriction. It was also he had an aversion to my breast milk, so I had to eat dairy free. So I tried Dia cheese and it melted funny. It had like this weird
I've never had it actually,
ooh
but I've had like Brazilian nut cheese. There's a
I need
restaurant in Kansas City called Cafe Gratitude.
Mm, yeah.
Cafe Gratitude stand up to any restaurant, and restaurant they can stand up to anybody's food because the food is so good. But they have this Brazilian nut cheese. It's bomb. It's better than regular cheese.
I might need to try that one.
You definitely have to try it. And I'm thinking about maybe trying to go that way. Maybe I'm just thinking about it though. I'm not. That's all I'm doing. Just thoughts right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Michelle Browno just said her best, I'm assuming her best friend went
Yes.
vegan 3 months ago and has lost 22 pounds and her health issues went away. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I have a cousin and he swears by it, and he actually owns and operates over in KCK man, he's got the best pizza. It is fire. But he went completely vegan and off of all of his meds, his health completely cleared up, all of his issues that he had. He exercises regularly. And he just, even when I went over there to pick up some an order, he's like, cuz, I'm gonna cook this for you, but you really ought to think about leaving this meat alone and just go vegan. And he is just the poster boy of what you can see and what you can accomplish in your health and your weight going vegan. So I mean, he swears by it.
Yes.
I just want to know how. I want to know how all the cavemen survived for so long.
Here we go.
If we're supposed to be vegan, all they ate was the animals.
Now you gonna say that?
What
until they invented fire, they ate them raw.
Who told you that?
They probably ate a little bit of dinosaur.
Growing wildly.
So I'm just trying to figure out why I gotta be vegan now. If they was eating dinosaurs, so why can't I have a little bit of cow?
I'm done. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Shelly took me out with that one.
I'm just saying. But no, I've implemented Meatless Mondays. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. Like I just super easy meals, super quick meals too. And the kids love it. So we'll see where this goes.
Okay. Cool. It's not as heavy. And listen.
It's not as heavy.
It's not, but that's also I like the feeling of feeling full or having that feeling in my body.
Yeah.
Makes me, but when you
see, I don't. Every time I have that feeling, I'm like, ugh, I went too far. And I used to struggle with bulimia. So that's another thing. When I have that full feeling, it gives me those thoughts back from when I used to like binge and purge. So yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
That's a problem for me.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a journey. It's really but I'm curious, before we get to turn the thing around, what we have about 3 more weeks. Our last day is January is it 7th or 8th?
8th.
Wait, so January 8th is our last day. So we have about 3 weeks. So I want to know one thing each of us is going to do during these 3 weeks to, progress towards wellness or more wellness, even though it is the holidays. And I am going to cook some black eyed peas on New Year's. What's one thing that you guys are going to do?
Okay, go ahead, Shelly.
Oh, I was just gonna say I am going to try to recommit to exercising. That's one thing that I've really thrown to the wayside while I'm kind of getting prepared for the holidays. So I probably won't jump back into it, but I want to get back to at least doing my dancing at least 4 times a week.
Yes, and we would love to see a video also.
Listen, you don't want to see that.
No, because see, you asked for my Bomba video, so I'm going to ask exercise video.
You don't want to see that. Although Nick walked down the stairs while I was doing them the other day, and he was like, "Oh, like you've gotten better," and I'm like, "Oh, I look good." He's like, "No, but you've gotten better."
I love
He was like, you're keeping up, but like you're not doing all the right steps. And like she goes left and you go right. I don't know how you even mix that up, but you've gotten better.
Let us see it. Be proud of you getting better.
Yes, me too.
But better.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Well, for me, I think that I'm definitely going to try and stay under a certain amount of calories a day.
Okay.
From here until January 8th, and then also I want to work out a week. That is my goal for these next weeks. 6 workouts. We'll see how it goes.
Cool.
There we go. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Cool.
Write them down. Like write them on your mirror.
Make it live. Speak it.
Yes.
Tell you that's what you want to get. And I'm, you know what? I thought also a good thing would be like to invite people to workouts. Hey, you want
Mm-hmm. I love having an accountability partner.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what a good idea would be, and I should talk to you guys, but maybe we could host a walk to where we're all walking together. We do like a live, and then the rebooters can walk with us too. I thought that might be a good idea.
That might be fun. I think that's fun. What do you guys think?
Rebooters.
Okay, and Jean, what's yours? What are we committing to over there?
I gotta move my body. It just has to be done. And I'm finding that I'm that person. I do a lot better. So you saw me in Thanksgiving. Everybody's like, they saw the video of me out there running around with the kids and rolling in the ground. Somebody told me I couldn't do that if I tried. If I have somebody or children that I'm doing it with, I'm good. But just me by myself, I am horrible. And I have found myself becoming more and more sedentary, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I got to move my body. So there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I want a different reality down the road, I got to start moving my body more now.
Yeah. There's this lady on Facebook. I think her name is Chef
Risha?
Chef Bouquette.
Okay.
She's 70 years old.
Wow.
And doesn't look a year past 50. And really looks a little past, like close to 50 is her face. Her body could be 20. And she's actually 70. And she's a vegan too, but I see her and I'm like, wow, it's amazing. And, when you get older, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be sick or, not in good health. It's all about your habits. So I try to keep great examples in front of me. And eventually, I'm going to get, as long as I keep progressing forward, I know for sure. I'm going to get, you understand what I'm saying? Let's hop on to turn that thing around. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Let me, I got to bring you in right. Okay, here we go.
Wait, did we play Bomba? And
Sorry, Shelly. I couldn't find it.
You okay? Did we play the Bomba video and I missed it?
No, that's why I said I couldn't find it. I you guys a chat, but you guys didn't see it. I sent it in a private chat, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know where she put it at.
No, okay,
I
let me
don't
see
know.
if I can. I'm going to see. I have it. I'm going to see if I can shoot it over to the Discord.
Okay.
Because I have to see this. I'm sorry. But Lena, you can go for it, so you're turning that thing around.
Bomba. Bomba.
Come
And
on.
the people, they was singing that song, and the song was calling me. I promise you I heard them say my name in the song. Go see Selena. Hey, go see Selena.
And did you answer, girl? Did you answer?
I answered with my hips.
Come on. Come on. We always talk about lips, hips, and fingertips.
Listen, honey. I had a good time with them Puerto Ricans.
Come on. Come
I'm
on.
ready.
And I looked it up. I just basically Googled, as y'all tell me, as my little great nephew told me, Aunt Jean, you can Google anything. So a Black Puerto Rican who is of predominant or partial African descent is called an Afro Puerto Rican. That's what Google says. Afro Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Afro Rican. So they're very serious about it. And
I have it, but it won't let me send it. I wish.
Probably too large.
Yeah, I think it's too large, guys. But you know what? Don't even worry about it. Y'all check out the page. reBOOT this on Facebook. We're gonna post it on there. You can see me bombing. I'm a little tipsy. I'm having a good
check it out.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it where we can show it on the show. I just gotta get there. Yeah, but to go ahead and put it out there. But I just need to get it in Discord so I can share my screen and play it. Go ahead with turn that. Okay, let me cue it up again since I messed that up. And I know y'all were trying to get to see the video. I'm so sorry I couldn't get it. And my apologies. But here we go. Turn that thing around.
Turn that thing around.
Okay, this is here we go. Going and press forward. Success. But every turn you get knocked down and you are met with failure at every turn. You've exhausted all of your known knowledge and now feel like you don't know the next step towards that success that you just so desperately want to achieve. Turn that thing around, Shelly.
You have got to research a different way to do it. Whatever you're trying to be successful at, you've got to find a different way. You clearly have been trying to do it your way, whatever that is, and it's kind of running you into the same walls, it sounds like. So I've got to try to find out a way to do it that's working. It might be modernizing my technique, looking up the different ways that people are receiving information, doing things online more, I guess. But I gotta revamp, learn some new tricks, and get back out there.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult for people because I've heard so many people say, "Oh, I can't seem to figure this out," and every time I try, it doesn't work out. Even myself in certain aspects of my life, but I think that revamping thing is the key because everything already, all of your experience, everything has brought you to this point. Now you need some new knowledge. You need some new. You need some new ways, new avenues. I think they got a saying that says you try to do the same thing, you try to do something the same way every single time. It's insanity. Because you've tried it, it doesn't work. So now you try something different.
Yep.
One of my favorite motivational speakers, Lisa Nichols. She has this thing called when she biohacks. That bounce back muscle. When you get hit, get up quicker, and you try something different, and you bounce back quicker and quicker. Pretty soon, you hit with failure. You don't even see this failure no more. You see it as a new opportunity to learn something new.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was great, Shelly.
Yeah.
Okay, Good
That's
stuff.
how you do it.
I'm ready for
Anything-
yours.
Okay, listen. Before precursor.
Okay, go ahead.
I was thinking a little on the wild side. All
Ooh,
right.
right where I'm at. That's my cup of tea.
So here we go. So you wake up one day and you're living the perfect life. You're in this new penthouse. You have amazing nails on, great pajamas. You got on like Louis Vuitton pajamas, okay?
Perfect.
You go to the bathroom in the house and go to start brushing your teeth and getting ready for the day. Like, this is your new life. It's like a movie. You woke up, okay?
Now, Louis Vuitton, they got 3X clothes, Louis Vuitton.
Listen,
go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. That's what's her name? Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish wears like 4 times the size her clothes for whatever reason. But okay, so you go to start brushing your teeth, and then your ex walks in the bathroom, kisses you on the cheek. Hey, boo, this is our life. Y'all ended horribly. You don't know how you got here. This is like a movie scene. What do you do? How do you reboot this?
Shelly. I know. Let's trying to get back with my ex, so I don't think I would reboot it. I would be like,
okay, baby. Well, you know what? So, side note, if you're trying to get back with your ex, Venus is about to go in retrograde. And if you don't know anything about Venus, Venus is the planet of love. She rules our hearts. She rules our spirits. In order to recharge different situations, this is the time. Hang on. I got to take a phone call real quick.
I love it. I would just basically fall into it, and then I would be very careful with people around me and make sure nobody tries to pinch me, because I wouldn't want to wake up from that dream. Don't you pinch me. Don't
I love it. Come through, Lena. Come through. I'm not mad at you, girl.
That would be great. That's what I've been trying. I've been praying for that. Did God give Shelly that reboot? That turned things around?
No, I thought this would be like, get out. I don't know how I got here. Let me get out of it. No. But I forgot you did mention that last time that you and the ex were commingling, maybe.
No, we not messing with me, but I'm trying. I've been, he not trying to.
Venus retrograde. Please spin back. Please come back. What's that? Is that how the TikTok goes?
I'm gonna pray and fast on that thing, and see what I said about it before I get to the planets and stuff, because I'm not quite sure if it is the way. Maybe my feelings are still just intertwined, and I go, but I don't necessarily want to. So I'm gonna pray on that thing fast.
There we go.
Before I call into the power of this planet or whatever to help. I don't know, y'all pray for me. But they say if somebody's your ex, then they should stay your ex. But sometimes things don't work.
They say that.
Sometimes y'all rebooters have convinced me that I have jealousy issues, and so I've been thinking about that and considering how that might affect the relationship. And we just need some clarity. That's what I
feel like we are so young. It's okay to swing back around the block, because I think 22-year-old you can be way different from 27-year-old you. So maybe the decisions that you made to make somebody your ex, or maybe the reason why you wanted to leave somebody behind at 22, aren't the same reasons why you would leave somebody behind now.
Well, it's an ex from the beginning of this year. So,
bye, Lena. Bye. I gotta go. This be the next installment of reBOOT?
Because I am different, but 28, 29,
Stop it right now. Ain't nothing
Okay,
changed
right.
in this year but that hair.
Listen, you know how God is working in people's lives.
Come through. She done threw God up in there, child.
I cannot.
Jesus say yes, nobody else can say no. That was God.
So we enjoy having you guys here every week. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Lena listen, she's trying to fix this thing up, baby.
I see her with this woman.
Hold on a second. I found Lena's video. Hold on a second. I did. And I'm trying to get
There we go.
Here. Hold on a second. Y'all keep talking. If you lose me.
SK8843 said, okay, Pheenix, where he at though? I'm telling y'all, if you believe, well, first of all, I don't think it's, I don't know. I'm not going to get too deep in it. I personally don't feel like it's about believing. I feel like all of this stuff is intertwined. God created us. He created the universe. He created all the energies that we put out. So I don't think you have a choice but to believe. So Venus is kind of blessing over your love life. And they say that when Venus is in retrograde, which means she's moving in the opposite direction of her normal orbit, the exes come about. They spin that block. The exes spin that block. But not only exes. If you have had romantic troubles in any other area, those problems re-arise. So you have to be very, very mindful of the romantic and lustful decisions that you're making while Venus is in retrograde.
Well, how long is she gonna be in retrograde?
You know what? I don't know how long this I'm gonna Google it. I don't know how long this Venus retrograde is supposed to last.
Oh, Jesus. Y'all got me dying. I'm trying to move some things around here on the screen, see if I can get this to work for you, Lena.
I've been praying on it. I'm really thinking about being celibate for this week before the New Year's come. And just to see, but is it gonna be during?
Who wants to be celibate on New Year's?
Because you talking about you get the wrong person and the exes come back and then it's jacked up. You got to be careful. I'm trying to just make sure, you know what I'm saying, I don't get into no mess.
That ain't got nothing to do with rocking, knocking that boots.
For me, it do, because when I rock and knock the boots, I'll be ready to get keys and get rings and stuff.
Oh,
you know what
Lord
I mean?
Jesus! Oh, Lord Jesus!
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
you moving right there, Lena, and you moving like
of a rock. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus! Oh, Jesus!
Pray for me. Pray for my ex. Pray for life. We oh man.
I'm gonna pray for him to dive in between your legs. That's what I'm gonna pray for.
Oh. Y'all doing the most of me here. Y'all could.
Listen, I'm just being honest.
He probably would be like, if you don't get away from me.
Listen.
Okay, so she starts retrograde on the 19th for 40 days.
40 days and 49.
That's a sign.
That's Muddy Walter.
Sign.
What's that about a month and a half? So she started already?
The 19th. No, Sunday.
Sunday? Okay.
I got my moonstone ready because look, I'm blocking it. I'm okay with having like a conversation with an ex and like whatever. If you feel like you need something cleared in the air or whatever, but like don't try. What are we doing? We got kids, we're married. Like, what are you doing over here? You shouldn't be over here.
Right.
But we'll see.
How I treated you. Now I'm in now and I understand, and I just jacked up the whole situation. I just want to apologize. That's what they're gonna say.
But for me, I think the important thing is Venus can also kind of bring about realities for like work relationships and like career moves as well, the things that you're passionate about, right? So I just hope that she doesn't ruin my life there.
Oh, well, we gonna because we'll know what she got.
There we go.
Lena, I cannot get
I
it.
hear Lena hollering.
It's I cannot get it to come into the screen. I'm gonna have to manipulate it another way. So I've got it. So we're good. I just cannot get it into this stream today.
Dang it. Right. Okay. Well, she's gonna post it and reboot this for everyone who wants to see it, like me.
Exactly. And so y'all can comment on it. We want to thank y'all for being here with us today. We've had a good time. I've missed you guys.
I've missed you guys.
We are back the week of February 4th. And we want to everybody happy holidays, happy New Year's, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family. Keep the people that you love the most close. Let people know that you love them, because these are times. And talk to folks, the people that you been on your mind. Somebody's on your mind, somebody's on your heart. Give them a call, because you never know. And we just want to say thank y'all for supporting the stream. AG, thank you for the opportunity. And Shelly, thank you for coming over here and just having good with us. That's the last thing I want to say. Happy holidays.
Where can they find you over the holidays, Lena, if they want to stay connected to you? Put your info out there.
Well, my Instagram is Leeor, SLEEOR_music. You can also, actually, that's the only place you can find me. But reBOOT it on Facebook. Shelly and I, we post on there, so definitely stay connected with us through there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. And I am Miss Shelly Welly, MISSSHELLYWELLY on everything, even Facebook now. I'm trying to separate my professional life, my personal life on Facebook. So now my Facebook is Miss Shelly. Well, not Miss, but it's Shelly Welly. So go find me. We can talk. I love Instagram. That's probably my hotspot the most these days.
And I love both of you guys. I want you guys to have the greatest holidays coming up here. Y'all got folks, listen, I got cougars out here on the prowl. I see SK8843 and Michelle Brown on talking about these 40 days. So
hey.
reBOOT. Sing it, Lena. Sing it.
reBOOT. I'm going to sing it for you. reBOOT. reBOOT.
Don't do it.
I love everybody that came in here and chatted with us today. I appreciate you. Again, we will be back in reBOOT on the week of January the 4th. I will be here 2:00 on Sunday. And then we will be back Sunday night with friends, and that will be it until after the holidays. For everybody that I told you and you misunderstood, because I told it incorrectly, you didn't misunderstood, I told it wrong. Thank you for coming in today, because we had this edition. And y'all, listen, I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed listening to you guys. I enjoyed your perspectives and your points of view. Y'all helping me to stay young. So listen, thank you for your openness. Chat. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys do such a great job. Listen, we'll see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. In the meantime, stay connected to my girls, because they will keep you fresh. They will keep you young. They will keep you vibrant. I love you so much, and we'll see you. Take care.
reBOOT, growth, reBOOT, longevity, reBOOT, understanding, reBOOT, and integrity. Me, you, reBOOT, we on the road, reBOOT, grass, reBOOT, self-discovery. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do it, my people, like mine. Yeah. What you gonna do when you need reBOOT? What you gonna do?
Please copy that raid message.